6.5% permanent Social Security tax for everyone. I have all the details and what you need to know right here in the video, so let's get right into it. Alright, now if you've been watching the videos here on the channel for any length of time now, you know that I am back every single day talking about Social Security, retirement, disability, SSDI, survivors, SSI, VA, RRB, as well as other low-income and fixed-income benefits, as well as all the bills, packages, and proposals coming out of Congress as far as what they want to do to change Social Security, reform the program, raise benefits, as well as push out the insolvency date on this very important program. Well, guess what? We have yet again another proposal coming out of Congress, and that's what I want to talk about here in this video, because they are now talking about a 6.5% permanent Social Security tax for virtually everybody. So let's get into it and talk about all the details. However, really fast before we do, thank you so much for joining me. If you're new here or if you haven't done so yet, please make sure to subscribe by hitting the button right down below the video, as it's totally free to do so, and because I am your one and only daily advocate, I'm here for you right by your side each and every day, watching all this information hitting the wire, doing the research and breaking it all down into these short videos so you can stay updated with what's actually going on as things are changing very, very rapidly. We're getting new announcements and new reports and new information hitting the wire, and I'm bringing it to you right here every single day. So again, thanks so much for joining me. Please subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet so you don't miss any videos going forward. And also remember, I'm here for you in any way that I can be. That's my dedication, that's my commitment, and as always, that's my promise to you and everybody right here in the community. All right, thanks again. Let's get into it and talk about the new ideas coming out of Congress in regards to a 6.5% Social Security tax across the board for virtually everybody. All right, so we know that there is this insolvency issue with Social Security. Now, obviously, we've talked about this many, many times here. They also have a variety of different proposals as far as what they want to do to push out the insolvency date on Social Security, because as of right now, it's sitting right at about 2033. So in about 10 years from right now is what we're looking at for an insolvency date. In other words, when the trust fund is all dried up, there's no money left, and they can only pay out about 77% of the promised benefits just based on the tax revenues that are brought in to Social Security at any given moment. So, however, they're playing around with another idea as of right now. So let me talk you through the details about this and what would it actually mean. So as you've probably heard from me in previous videos, I've talked about many proposals that they're talking about as far as what they can do to push out the insolvency date, including raising payroll taxes, as in for incomes on higher income people up to $250,000 or $400,000. We've heard things like this. We've heard about raising the full retirement age. We've heard about freezing benefits. We've heard about lowering benefits for higher income people, all across the board, all kinds of different things. Well, as of right now, there is a Social Security tax for the employee and the employer of 6.2%. So basically what it comes down to is, let's just say that you're working a 9 to 5. And again, you could be working part-time, doesn't really matter. I'm just using this as a quick example. Let's just say that you're working 9 to 5 and you're working, full-time. So when you go out and you get your pay stub, right? You get your paycheck and you look at your pay stub and think, what happened to all my money? It's all gone. Where'd my money go? And you look at your pay stub to try to figure it out. You see right on there that Social Security is getting 6.2% taxes. However, your employer also pays another 6.2% on your behalf. So in total, based on your wages, Social Security is getting 12.4% taxes on your wages, right? You pay half and your employer pays the other half. However, here's what they're now talking about. Because there's actually support, well, let me say this a different way for a second here. Just a second ago, I talked about how they're discussing raising taxes on higher income people, those individuals that have an income of $250,000 or $400,000. Again, those are the couple of different proposals that are out there right now. Well, the 81% of the population supports the idea of raising Social Security taxes, or basically raising the maximum taxable earnings on those individuals, right? So higher income people would basically be paying more money into Social Security. However, the pool of people is very small, as in there's not that many people that earn $250,000 a year or $400,000 a year. There's just not that many people. So the pool to choose from and the money coming in would not be that significant, as in there's just not that many people that earn that much money, right? So the money coming in would not be that great. However, the new idea coming out of Congress is to raise Social Security taxes on everybody from the 6.2% that you and your employer pay both. Rather than 6.2%, they're talking about raising it by 0.3% up to 6.5%. So here's what it would come down to. And again, going back to my example here a second ago, where I said, let's just say that you're working the 9 to 5 grind, things like this, right? So in this case, rather than paying 6.2% to Social Security and your employer paying 6.2%, it'd be raised by 0.3% to 6.5% by the employee and another 6.5% by the employer, raising total Social Security taxes up to 13% collectively across the board for the employee and the employer, again, split down the middle, right? So that is what they're talking about. Now here's why. Why would they want to do this? Even though the percentage raised would only be 0.3%, it would encompass everybody rather than just a small percentage of people that are paying or because of their higher incomes at the $250,000 or $400,000 level. Does that kind of make sense? So even though it's a very small percentage, 0.3% tax increase, it would encompass about 180 million workers. So it's a lot of people, right? So therefore, it's a lot of people paying in a little bit more each and every basically paycheck, right? So every time that you get paid, you'd be paying in a little bit more toward Social Security. Now again, obviously this extra, 0.6% would be obviously split down the middle. The employee, as in you, if you're, working or whatever, you'd pay half of that, and then the employer would pay the other half. And they're thinking this would actually be possibly one of the solutions. Now, obviously, in conjunction with this, they would also need to do maybe some other things, what they're also talking about as well. And again, maybe they'll do a variety of these. Maybe they'll raise taxes a little bit for everybody, and then also maybe raise the full retirement age, which again is also a very hot button issue, which is what they're talking about and has also a lot of support as well. So we'll have to see what happens here as far as all of this goes, but this is yet again another proposal, another plan that they're coming out with. However, let me share with you the statistics really quickly. So they ran another study on this one as well, and they found that, remember, 81% of the population is in support of raising taxes on higher income people. However, guess what? 73% of the population supports raising taxes on everybody. Are we surprised that less people support the idea of raising taxes on everybody? I'm not surprised at all, because somebody working, 9 to 5 or, whatever it happens to be, and you look at your pay stub, and for everybody, lower income doesn't really matter. This would impact literally everybody. It impacts somebody working and earning minimum wage. It would impact somebody earning $150,000 a year. It would impact literally everybody, right? So obviously, lower income people probably don't want to see your taxes raised more, because that just means more money going out of your paycheck into somebody else's pocket and not yours, right? So I'm not shocked at all that 73% of people support this idea, whereas 81% of people support the idea of raising taxes on higher income people. Again, not shocked at all, right? So anyway, as I've talked about in other videos, I would not be surprised one bit at all to see some type of combination out of this, as in probably higher taxes in some form, however they do it, whether it's on higher income people or whether it's on everybody, like what I'm talking about here, or they raise the full retirement age, or they, do something like this. I would not be surprised at all. In fact, I would almost anticipate them to have this as somewhat of a two-pronged approach, or maybe even a three-pronged approach, as in, we're going to do this, as in raise taxes a little bit, we're going to push out the full retirement age, and, this, that, or the other. I wouldn't be surprised one bit. In fact, I would almost be surprised if they didn't do something like that. It's not a one type of answer solution, right? We know that with everything that needs to be done here and the major basically deficits that they're running with Social Security, as in they're not going to have enough money, as a result of that, I would anticipate the solution that needs to be done here is not just going to be like a one size fits all, right? We're going to do this one thing and that's going to fix it all. Highly doubt it. That's not going to be the case, right? So anyway, another one floating around out there. I want to bring it to your attention so we can all be paying attention here to what's going on. Now, also, one more quick side note. I know a lot of you here in the community do receive fixed income benefits. You might be wondering, what does this mean for me and my benefit? Remember, this is on wages. So if you are somebody that is out there, an hourly employee, maybe your salary, maybe you're self-employed, whatever it happens to be, if you are paying in, as in you're getting a paycheck or something like this, this is where the money would be paid into. If you're somebody currently receiving Social Security, this likely won't impact you, other than the fact that they're trying to get more tax revenues to come in to make sure that Social Security will stay solvent for many more years to come. So even though this would not impact you, as in you wouldn't be paying in taxes necessarily, it would impact you in a way that, well, now we have more solvency in the program, and therefore we have more money in the program, which could ultimately mean more money paid out for more years to come. So it kind of indirectly impacts you, as in they might not need to garnish benefits as quickly at some point in the future. Does that kind of make sense? So anyway, hope this one kind of explains it to let you know another one that's floating around out there in Congress, another idea, another proposal, another way that they want to change Social Security, but this would impact everybody. And as you can probably tell, there's kind of a lot of pushback on this because, basically people that are lower income are saying, you got to be kidding me right now. I don't want to pay more in taxes, right? Well, yeah, obviously, there's a lot of people that say, I need every penny that I'm earning right now. Yeah, that's a no-brainer, right? Everybody needs every penny right now, especially during this very high inflationary time and very expensive time that we're living through. Either way, I want to bring this to your attention, another one that I came across, and another one that they are now discussing. Either way, as I do get more details out of Congress or the administration, lawmakers, anybody out there right now, with anything that they want to do to change Social Security, of course, I'll bring it to your attention right away. So again, please subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet so you don't miss any videos going forward. Share the video with your friends, family, social media, and go back and check out any of the other thousands upon thousands of videos here on the channel. Until next time, enjoy your day, have a good one, and I'll catch you again later in the next video.